Hello everybody, welcome to another video for my Trusteft Retro Weekend videos. This time we start quite well with the game Barbarian from Palace Software. A game that should not be confused with Barbarian from Psygnosis, I think. Anyway, this game you have a 1-to-1 or 1-on-1 melee with swords and headbutts and kicks game. In the single player game, which you actually watch now, is your effort to free your girlfriend or some princess or something to that extent. Think of it as Mario Brothers for the more mature audience. In the multiplayer, you get to fight one against one, of course, single fights, and see who survives. There's no story or co-op mode or anything like that. I got this game back in '88, I think, or yeah, probably '88. It was among the first batch of games I bought for the Atari ST for the color monitor. Although I didn't have a color monitor, I had just a TV that I plugged my ST into. This game was, I don't know if I could say groundbreaking, but definitely it was amazing experience for a kid back in the day. The amount of violence, the sound effects, which by the way don't come too well in this video because there is some glitch in the emulation software. The music, if you choose to listen to instead of sound effects, which is taken off Conan the Barbarian movie. And most of all, the gameplay. I mean, there have been melee fighters before, even with swords, but nothing as playable as, I dare say, simulation-like as this one. The animation, the how your character reacted to your movements, the violence, the actual little creature taking the body of the battlefield simply let my mind and others of the time in awe about this game. Now, what you're watching, as I said earlier, is the single player campaign. It lasts up to 9 or 10 battles. You only have one life, so if you die once, game over. You continue and play till the end, which I did for this video. And after defeating several of these men, you get to fight against the Archlord, a mage who actually shoots magic balls at you. No, not that kind of balls. And it's quite... I didn't expect, the first time I played this game and managed to reach the end, I definitely didn't expect to find anyone fire at me from far away. Especially since, you know, the whole game you actually fight melee. Now the good thing is that when you reach the final wizard, you don't need to beat him to death. You just need to touch him. That's the end. Now how you do this? Well, it's up to you. I'm going to show you one way when I reach the end of this level, of this game, and you can watch how I do it. But if you have any other way, be my guest. I played this a lot single player, mostly with keyboard. It was one of the few action games which supported keyboard on the Atari ST. Not few, but it was the minority. And I played this, as I said, single player a lot, and a lot also multiplayer. Friends would come and we would connect the Atari ST to the living room television, which was a huge... How big was it? No idea. 26 inch? I don't know. It's been so many years I don't remember. But it looked to our eyes like... Well, like I guess 16 inch televisions look today. And we will play there, and it was quite an experience. Quite an experience. This was long before Mortal Kombat, or even, I guess, Street Fighter for at least home versions, were the norm. But, you know, even then, those games were mostly without any weapons. And this remained my favorite beat 'em up, let's say, yeah, or however it's called now, till the release of the first Mortal Kombat on the PC in 94, 5, something like that. That didn't make it any less favorite of mine, but definitely moved perhaps a bit to the side, especially since I didn't have an Atari ST at the time to play this game. Yes, Barbarian is actually on other version, on other systems. I'm sure there is on 8-bit systems, and I think it is on DOS. But my favorite is this one. Now the Amiga version actually is quite good too. It has a slightly different graphics for the snakes, if I remember correctly. The snakes, which, by the way, at least on the Atari ST version, move when one gets hit. And don't think the sound was any different. Now, if you notice, I do mostly, well, not mostly, yeah, well, mostly, yeah. One type of movement, that is crouching and hitting with the sword, like this. But that's definitely not the only thing you can do. There are several movements, several action sequences you can initiate depending how you move the your character and how you press the fire button. It takes a while to learn all the combinations, I guess. I don't remember how long it took us then, but I'm pretty sure I know all of them now by heart. Your character has, and the opponent has 6 balls or circles of health, and each time you get hit, depending on how much hard you get hit, you lose part of each circle. When all of them are over, you die. A quicker way to lose your life is, as you have probably noticed by now, if you lose your head. There is only one movement that can make you lose your head, and after a while you can get used to it, not doing it, I mean, or avoiding it. But you can still lose sometimes and feel quite embarrassed doing so when you die like this. On multiplayer it's a bit more difficult to lose your head, especially if both the players know the game quite well, but still not impossible. I know, as I said earlier, the sound doesn't sound too good in this video due to emulation not doing its job properly, but if you play this on with a better, or at least without a glitch, you can hear very nice, very crisp sound effects, digitized sound effects, which was another quite nice touch at the time. One of the things that we used to do back then was watch Conan the Barbarian on VHS and then play this game. Or if not Conan, then one of the other movies in the series, or even what was that name? Red Sonja, I think. Yeah, that was quite good too. Well, there was also Willow, but yeah. Anyway, great game, seriously fun to watch, and even more to play. We are just 2 battles away from the final boss. Here you can see him for the first time, watching you over the throne, thinking how much he's gonna kill you. Well, I guess the same level. The first time I remember seeing this level, I was quite impressed. Yeah, well, I was thinking, I had in mind basically the films of Conan, and I was wondering what else will happen later, and I had in mind more that I was playing an RPG, a very good looking RPG, which by the time were not that many, or at all any actually. I mean, Dungeon Keeper was good looking, and Bloodwitch was another favorite of mine, but the graphics are definitely not as good as this one, and the animation either. And here we are on the last enemy fighter, and you can see the wizard and the woman we are going to rescue. And I have to say, she doesn't look like a prisoner here. So I'm not sure if we are actually rescuing her or kidnapping her. Yeah. Quite nice touch with the graphics and the lights there. It reminds me of Defender of the Crown. And here we go to the last opponent, the enemy wizard. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, the laughter. Sometimes, especially when we were with other people, that goblin taking away the body was very funny. So, here's the enemy wizard. Fires once with jump, roll, Game over. Yeah, I know it doesn't look very hard, but the first time you encounter him and you're expecting to fight someone with a sword, he can be quite a surprise. Thank you very much for watching, and see you next time. Bye.